Okay, so welcome everyone to another market overview from myself. A lot of volatility yesterday in the markets. Last night had quite a hefty move down to the downside. We had around a 20% move yesterday alone. In total it's around from the local pivot high we've put in, it's around a 25% correction almost. So yeah, we can go over what happened here, what you can expect to happen going forward, and some levels for you to all be aware of as usual. So yesterday, if we could just start off with yesterday's price action. I actually took a long yesterday, one long, closed it out, and then haven't entered the trade back in since. But basically what we had yesterday long, we had obviously had this move down, and if you turn on the session VWAP, this is where it gets quite nice and interesting. So we had this move down yesterday, VWAP clearly acting as resistance here, and we had this I was telling everyone in the group, we had this untouched daily on a high volume node, so look for a bounce here. Obviously we got that bounce, it came up to that VWAP again, major take profit for me, got stopped out in profits before we ultimately lose that level of 55k 920, and then from there it was literally just capitulation after capitulation, losing level after level, and ultimately coming down to almost that weekly of 45,239. So what can we expect now after we had that move down, VWAP above the VWAP now for today, session VWAP? So what can we expect? Well, what we can look for really is, at the moment locally, we need this daily open to hold. You can see support. I'm hoping if we come down, support. We also have this weekly on that session VWAP as well, in which if we get a nice back test off before we're ultimately going back up, that would be nice support level there as well. And then obviously if you were to pull a fib from high to low to high, you got that 618 coming in at 47,900 roughly. And also it's good to be aware of that we also have the 80% set up today, so that means if we are to get above previous day value low of 53k and get acceptance into it, then you can expect us to range back up to around 58k. Now that would be a big ask considering what we had yesterday, and of course I don't know if that's gonna play out, but what I can tell you now is we have major resistance coming at 53k. We have this daily level in which we need to reclaim, previous day value low also. Also if you were to pull a fib from so let's just turn this off. If we were to pull a fib from high to low, and you've got the 618 coming in here as well, roughly here. So major resistance above 50 at 53k. So for now, if as long as the weekly and the daily open hold, and that 618 obviously holds at like 47,900, then I would tend to look for this region here for if you even want to look for a short now. But I entered into a swing long as soon as I saw like a really nice, the massive kind of bounce we started to have. So at the moment I'm in a long until we start to lose this level, in which I'll probably cancel out my long and start to lose 45k. You know what, I probably wouldn't even cancel out my long. I just, I'd maybe start to compound a bit lower. 42k is also a nice region to be aware of. We can also go over targets to the downside, but for the moment, major resistance is 53k. We have a lot of reasons for this as well. So if you have it's an anchored VWAP for myself from if we come out to the 4-hour chart, anchored VWAP from this pivot low here at around 28k, we had this really nice respect of it as well. Get rid of that. So touch, and ultimately lose the level here, but regain it, touch again before ultimately losing it again. So that's coming in also now at 53k on that daily, on that 618. So if you are to look for shorts, honestly, probably here would be a good region. Again, if we are to get above that and claim, and you see support, and like, you know, we start to get a nice little consolidation above it, then you could possibly look for higher as well, and that 80% setup is in play with the target 58k. But then again, that is really speculative, especially with how aggressive this move down has been. But then again, when everyone's fearful and being greedy, you know, that's just, you know, basic saying. Obviously, I just like to trade off technicals, but yeah, you know, if everyone's being fearful, then try not to think the same as everyone else is. So again, you know, we've got that 53k region, really big resistance here for myself. So if we are to get a backtest of this, probably we'll take like a day trade short or something, and then if we start to get above 54k, then I'll completely come out of that and then look for a bit higher. We also have these dailies here, 55,920, again the one we got the original bounce off, 56,787, and then we have that that daily and that weekly, and which is yet to be touched really. Almost got there, but yeah, yet to be touched. So they're the levels to the upside. Majorly 53k for myself. Got that anchored VWAP on the daily, and also the 618. Also, if we were to bring out this range deviation in which I was talking about for a while now, yeah, we came back into it, got that expansion up to the highs almost basically, before ultimately we do lose it. And also the low of the range is actually coming in again at 53k on that daily, on that anchored VWAP. So yeah, if you know, if you want to see, you know, for the bulls, I'd say a move above 53k would be really, or would be quite bullish, to be honest. If we are to get above 53k, possibly putting another, maybe a lower high before actually moving down again. But yeah, a move above 53k, I would probably see a move up to at least like 56, 57k, and yeah, for that for the bulls. And yeah, to the downside, what can we be looking for? So if we're to get rid of this, and for example, say we've lost this range now, for example, and we do end up capitulating, what would I be looking for? Well, exo charts at the moment is completely missing a lot of data, so can't really go off that at the moment. But to the downside, obviously we have this weekly, where it's been touched, the percentage, you know, still a 1%. Nah, yeah, you know, we still need to, you could still class this as a untouched level, I'd say, still 1% between that level. But yeah, 45,239. What else was there? We also have this really nice region here of that 618. This is like a really high time frame one as well. So it's from pivot low here to pivot high. You get the 618 coming in at 42,900. So be aware of that level. That is something I'd like to be aware of. Also, as you can see here, previous support as well, so that's an, you know, extra confidence you could add onto that. But 42,900 as the golden pocket region. Also, if we start to lose that, then look towards this untouched daily of 38,870. Start to lose that again, 32,290. And again, it's just really just trading the levels, you know, in which are, you know, look for the horizontals. If one level's lost, be prepared for lower levels, or, you know, always have, never say I'm not going to mark this level out because we won't get there, because you know, a lot of people probably when we were at 65k wouldn't have had marked out, you know, 40s, you know, these levels here, etc., as levels in which they'd be interested in ever again. So definitely being aware of lower levels as well, you know, 42,900, that region, yeah, as well as the 38,870. Obviously I would pull up exo charts, but a lot of, you know, if we went onto my main template here, a lot of data missing, etc., so that's not very useful at the moment. But what we can gather from yesterday is we do have a few, you know, nice areas to be aware of actually. So 57k as well is a naked point of control. We also have high volume nodes coming in at 56,450 as well as 54,300. Right, so mark those levels out on the chart. Resistances, again at the moment, to put it really simple, if if we are to get a move and claim above 53k, above this daily, above that 618, above that anchored VWAP, above that the lower range, then you could start to look for higher, and the 80% set to actually be in play. So yeah, that's for the, you know, just locally, in terms of really nice to get above this, and then we could look for higher. Again, lower, you're looking locally at the you got daily open here. You also have that weekly in which can hold, and you've also got that 618 coming in at 47,900, in which you could do this, ultimately possibly forming bullish CVD on that low as well, before ultimately getting that push up to around 53k. But 53k to 54k actually is major resistance for me. Yeah, that's honestly what I'll be looking at for a potential day trade short, but ultimately looking still for the swing longs at the lows at the moment, until you see proper, you know, loss of a lot of levels. But yeah, these are definitely areas I was looking for lows, coming down to that weekly roughly. Yeah, but for locally, what I would say to anyone that's not in a position right now, possibly wait for obviously a retrace to that 618, because I wouldn't get into a move straight off the daily open or the weekly at the moment. Look for a potential entry off the 618 at that 47,900, or a day trade short from the 53k region, or if we're able to claim above it, then that's when I'd look to possibly compound even on my long, and, you know, look for higher prices. And that would ultimately, for me, that would look quite bullish as well. If we are to get above 53k and hold, well, that would be really nice. So that is what's happening for Bitcoin. Yes. What else should I cover? I'll be back with a coin any second now. Okay, so just a quick overview on Ethereum now, USD chart. Realistically, I do feel as if we have been a bit overextended on Ethereum for a little bit now. So if we were to get a move down, you know, start looking, first possible support is the daily at 3,483. You also got another one here at 32.46, and for me, I will be buying Ethereum if we start to come down to this 2,700, 2,500 region. I will start to buy more Ethereum. You know, major resistance here before, get that back test of it before ultimately moving up. Also got that daily coming in there. If we put up the session volume, let's see how this plays out. Yep, I mean, look at this as well. Plenty of naked pointer controls coming in as well. So be aware of these. If you have the session volume indicator, obviously this is what I feel would be the best opportunity if you get this region here, 2,700 for sure. Be aware of that. If we're to put a fixed range tool as well, let's see how this plays out. Where would I pull it from? Let's see. Let's just see from here to here. Yeah, look at that as well. Wow. So yeah, look at that level as well. 2,100 Ethereum, major support. We've got that point of control lying on the top of that. Also got a high volume node coming in at 2,400 and 2,300. Obviously this is quite a way down at the moment, so you'd have to expect a massive move down on Ethereum, but you know, obviously be aware of those. I guess if you're looking for a short on Ethereum, you know, typically you would just look for a 618. See if any confluence here, 4,000 level. Yeah, we also had this trend based fib in which I was really looking at. So you know, the 1.618 here, resistance, the 1 resistance. If I zoom out, you can see this a lot better. Look, so we had the 1 form of resistance here, back into support, the 1.618 resistance into support right there, and then you have the 2 coming in at 44.65 really. And if you're looking for that, but we are starting to lose, levels. The 1.618 is starting to form as resistance, and we are slightly changing market structure, forming, if we zoom in, you can see, lower highs, lower lows. So ultimately, if you are looking for day trade short positions, you got the dailies down there. You've also got the you got this really nice support level as well of 32k, not 32k, 3,250, coming on that daily and that previous 1-to-1 as well, which has been prior support. So there's that to be aware of. And that's all I really have to cover as well. Main analysis was really on just to update you on Bitcoin, because that's what I've been looking at, and that's what I tend to trade the most. That was really good. Also, if you want to leave any comments or anything about altcoins or anything you want me to go over, I can definitely plan to go over some really nice altcoins in depth. Quick tip, I told everyone in the group to get some Kusama, or that I loaded up on Kusama, and the last few days has performed really well, so that's good to be aware of. Yeah, like I said, 53k, put that in your journals or somewhere. Yeah, if we get to that, that'd be nice. That's major resistance for me right now. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in Discord.